It's 4 minutes into the hour 12, and this is Bena Midday News coming to you live from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina, Accra. My name is Sherifatu Ayuba. Coming up in this afternoon's bulletin. Court orders rerun of Pandai constituency parliamentary election within 30 days after opposition candidate challenged the legitimacy of the election results. Also coming up, staff member of Electoral Commission files petition for removal of EC chair and her 2 deputies over allegations of gross misconduct. And on the foreign front, 50 of the 303 school children abducted from a Catholic school in Nigeria reunite with families after successfully escaping from abduction. We bring you details of these stories shortly. Thank you for staying with us. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Bena TV. Now the news in details. The Tamale High Court has directed a fresh parliamentary election in Pandai to be held within 30 days following a legal challenge to the 2024 election results. The ruling delivered by His Lordship Justice Emmanuel Brew Planch comes after allegations of irregularities in the voting and coalition processes that call the credibility of the election into question.
The petition was filed by Daniel Nsala Wokbal, the former Member of Parliament and National Democratic Congress candidate for Pandai, challenging the election of Matthew Nyindam. Wokbal contested that the December 7, 2024 parliamentary election was invalid, citing inconsistencies and irregularities in Form 8A, Statement of Poll pink sheet, for 41 out of the 152 polling stations in the constituency. He argued that the parliamentary election held in the Pandai constituency on 7th December 2024 was not conducted in compliance with Regulations 39 of the Public Elections Regulations 2020, CI 127, and this non-compliance affected the election results. The declaration and publication of the results were also not in accordance with Regulations 43, impacting the overall outcome. Wokbal requested the court to nullify the results from the 41 affected polling stations and to direct the Electoral Commission to conduct a rerun for those stations. Justice Planch upheld the petition, ordering the Electoral Commission to organize a new election to determine the rightful winner.
Meanwhile, the MP for Pandai, Matthew Nyindam, has filed notices of appeal and a stay of execution against the ruling of the High Court in Tamale ordering a rerun of the parliamentary election in the constituency. Stay with Bena News. We will bring you details as and when events unfold. Moving on, a staff member of the Electoral Commission, Joseph Blankson Adumaji, has petitioned President John Dramani Mahama to begin the process of removing the EC chairperson, Jane Mensah, and her 2 deputies, Dr. Bosman Eric Asari and Samuel Tete, over alleged misconduct he believes threatens the credibility of Ghana's electoral system. There's more in the following report. In a statement issued on Monday, November 24th, Mr. Adumaji said the petition was submitted under Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution, which outlines the procedure for removing heads of independent constitutional bodies. While he withheld the full details of the petition as required by law, he disclosed that it is based on 12 counts of stated misbehavior, including allegations of cronyism, abuse of office, and gross incompetence. He noted that the alleged actions of the three senior officials have undermined public confidence in the EC and endangered the integrity of independence of Ghana's electoral process. Mr. Adumaji explained that his petition is motivated by a desire to protect the Constitution and promote accountable governance, stressing the importance of safeguarding the dignity of the Electoral Commission as a cornerstone of credible democracy. He also urged President Mahama to carry out constitutional duty by referring the petition to the Chief Justice to determine whether the prima facie case exists as outlined under Article 146. Moving on, the case involving former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and 7 others in the ongoing probe into the Strategic Mobilization Limited Revenue Assurance Contract with the Ghana Revenue Authority has been adjourned to a later date. The Office of the Special Prosecutor announced the postponement in a Facebook update on Monday, November 24th, 2025, explaining that the court will not sit on the initially scheduled date.
According to the OSP, the High Court will issue a new date to both the Republic and the accused persons in due course. The OSP had earlier filed 78 charges against Mr. Ofori-Atta and 7 co-accused on Tuesday, November 18, 2025, over their alleged involvement in the controversial GRA-SML Revenue Assurance Agreements. The charges include alleged breaches of Section 23, Subsection 1 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, and Section 92, Subsection 2, Clause B of the Public Procurement Act 2003, Act 663. A portion of the suit filed at the Criminal Division of the High Court in Accra under case number CR/0106/2026 states conspiracy to commit the criminal offense of directly or indirectly influences the procurement process to obtain an unfair advantage in the award of a procurement contract, contrary to Section 22, Subsection 1 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, and Section 92, Subsection 2, Clause B of the Public Procurement Act 2003, Act 663. Those expected to face prosecution include former GRA Commissioners General Dr. Amishada Osu-Amwa and Emmanuel Kofi Inti, senior GRA officials Isaac Krenzel and Kojo Damwa, Ernest Akore, former technical advisor of the Ministry of Finance, Evans Edusei, owner of SML and SML itself.
The Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana has declared an indefinite strike effective Monday, November 24th, 2025, accusing the government of failing to fully implement the National Labour Commission's arbitral award issued on May 2nd, 2023. The industrial action affects all 46 colleges of education nationwide.
SETAG's National Executive Committee, in consultation with the National Council, approved the strike during an emergency meeting held on November 19, 2025. According to the association, persistent government inaction has left them with no choice but to withdraw all services across the country. Their key grievances include the non-payment of compensation for all year-round work and additional duties performed in 2022 for 39 colleges, and only partial payment made to Accra College of Education, as well as outstanding book and research allowance arrears for the 2023-2024 and 2022-2023 academic years. They also highlighted unpaid book and research top-up arrears for the 2021-2022 academic year owed to Accra College of Education, alongside concerns over the downgrading of qualified teaching staff with master's degrees, which they say violates agreed conditions of Service and Labour Act 2003, Act 651. SETAG National President Maxwell Bunu and National Secretary Fidelis Kamayi stated that the strike is a necessary and lawful response to the government's breach of agreement and disregard for labor directives. They stressed that members will not return to teaching or supervision duties until all outstanding issues are resolved. While reiterating their commitment to quality teacher education, SETAG warned that they would not accept continued exploitation or disrespect. The association is urging the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, and the Government of Ghana to take immediate action to address the concerns and restore industrial harmony.
On this note, we go for a quick break. We'll be back with business and more.
ina muku sallama ta fuskan musulunci ya ko bayin Allah ubangijin mu Allah madaukakin sarki ya daukaka mu da wanga addini kuma addinin musulunci babu shakka ilimin sa tana da yawa fannin tana da girma shi yasa ubangijin mu Allah madaukakin sarki ya nuna mana cikin alqur'ani cewa a ringa tunasar da mutane kamar da Allah ya ce cikin Qur'ani fadhakir in nafa'ati dhikra annabi ka tunasar da mutane saboda tunasarwan zai yi amfani wa zai ma amfani sayadhakkaru man yakhsha mai tsoro Allah zai ji yayi aiki da shi jama'a bai yiwuwan musulmi ya rayu shaida tunasarwa akan haka saboda muhimmancin tunasarwa da Allah ya ce ma annabi fadhakkir ka tunasar da su saboda wannan ya zama na kaman yau muka kawo muku sabon shirye-shirye akan Bayyana TV wanda ni ne malamin ku Malam Abdurrazak zan gabatar da wanga wa'azi ku dan tare da ni kan tunasarwa jama'a ai wa ma summiyal insanu insan illa li nasihi ai ba sama mutun suna mutum ba sai dai saboda mai mantuwa ne.
Fadhakkir tunasarwa this and every Tuesday at 9 p.m. only on Bayyana TV.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Bayyana Midday News on Bayyana TV. Now, let's do some business story. The United States has officially removed the 15% tariffs previously placed on cocoa and several other agricultural exports from Ghana, according to Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. The reversal took effect on November 13, 2025, following a new executive order issued by President Trump. In a Facebook announcement, Mr. Ablakwa confirmed that U.S. diplomats had communicated the decision, stating that the tariff removal applies to cocoa beans and a broad range of Ghanaian produce, including cashew nuts, avocado, banana, mango, orange, lime, plantain, pineapple, guava, coconut, ginger, and various peppers. The policy shift is expected to significantly benefit Ghana's cocoa sector, with Ghana exporting roughly 78,000 metric tons of cocoa to the U.S. annually at spot prices of about $5,300 per metric ton. The minister estimates that the tariff rollback could yield an additional $60 million, approximately 667 million Ghana cedis in yearly revenue. Ghana has welcomed the development, with Mr. Ablakwa emphasizing that the move will strengthen the long-standing partnership between Ghana and the United States. The tariff dispute began after July 31, 2025, executive order from President Trump that imposed reciprocal 15% duties on several countries, including Ghana, raising concerns within Ghana's agricultural export industry. In response, the Ghanaian government strongly opposed the measure, arguing that the U.S., which does not produce cocoa, had unfairly targeted a key export. The episode also sparked wider conversations among analysts about the need for Africa to deepen regional integration through mechanisms such as the African Continental Free Trade Area. And in some news beyond our borders, 50 of the 303 school children abducted from a Catholic school in Niger State, north-central Nigeria, have escaped and been reunited with their families, according to chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, the proprietor of the school, the Most Reverend Bulus Dawa Yohana. The children aged 10 to 18 managed to escape separately between Friday and Saturday. He said 253 students and 12 teachers remain in captivity. In a separate development, 38 worshippers who were kidnapped during a deadly attack on a Christian Apostolic Church in Eruku, Kwara State, have been freed. The attack on Tuesday left 2 people dead, with several others taken hostage. President Bola Tinubu praised the efforts of security agencies for securing the release of the worshippers, though he gave no further details. Now in sports, Asante Kotoko have been charged by the Ghana Football Association following posts on the club's official social media platforms after their goalless draw against FC Samatex on match day 11 of the Ghana Premier League. The reaction came after a controversial late penalty was awarded to Samatex, which Kotoko goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara saved, preserving the team's unbeaten run. The club's online statement challenged the referee's decision, claiming the foul occurred outside the penalty area. The GFA charge sheet stated that the comments were deemed insightful and likely to provoke hostility toward match officials. Now, this is how we bring the bulletin to an end, but before we leave, let's take a look at the stories that were making headlines. Court has ordered a rerun of Pandai constituency parliamentary election within 30 days after opposition candidates challenged the legitimacy of the results. We also read that a staff member of the Electoral Commission files petition for the removal of EC chair and her 2 deputies over allegations of gross misconduct. And 50 of the 303 school children abducted from the Catholic school in Nigeria reunite with families after successfully escaping from abduction. And that's it for our midday news. Our website, bainatmultimedia.com, has more news. My name is Sherifatu Ayuba. Have a good afternoon.